Page 4, Play Ball. It's the first piece in the B book. I'd like to point out a few things here. It seems simple enough. I don't know if it seems simple enough. I mean, it seems simple enough to me, but I've been doing this for 100 years, so who knows. I'm going to talk about the right hand. Just point out a few minor things. Now, you can tell at the beginning in the right hand because they want the third finger on the E and the little finger on the G, the first two notes. You're here and here. That puts your hand in C position for the right hand. And so it's really not hard. It's got a pickup beat, a big deal. You've had pickup beats before, I hope. But then the last two measures of the first line, you see the chord? They suddenly want third and fourth fingers on the F and the G. So you're here, now you got to go up one key to here to get that. And that's actually doing that to accommodate what the left hand is doing, because the left hand is up here, and if you don't move the right hand up, things get awkward. They're already awkward, they get more awkward, and the relationship doesn't work, and there's a divorce, and then everybody's sad. Yeah. So just be aware of the fingering there in the right hand for those last two measures of the first line, is 3 and 4. And you're going to stay there until the second line, third measure. Stretch your hand up a little and put the fifth finger back on the G where you were to begin with. And you're back. Then in the third line it goes back and does it again. And the fourth line is interesting for the right hand, because you're here to start with in this position, and then you're here, and then 2 eighth notes. Then you have to cross over the thumb to get the middle C with the second finger. That's fine. You got to be able to do that in piano. So, well, a good routine we do, and we do this in scales, what's called a trill exercise, is you simply practice those two notes over and over till you get the idea and the feel of it. Because there shouldn't be a problem. You shouldn't have to move your hand around and do all kinds of extortion to get that to work. You simply reach, the thumb comes in a little bit and you just reach over. Big deal. It is to me. It's probably a big deal to you. But that's the right hand. Left hand. They're starting I'll explain the words in red in a minute. Let's just talk about the notes for me. They're starting here with third finger on the E. You knew that was an E. Well, you better know the names of the notes. If you don't, go back to the previous book. Learn the names of the notes. Actually, you need to do the pre-A book, which today I haven't recorded yet, but I will record it before this year is over and get it up. E and G, so they don't tell you, but you're going to put the thumb on G, because that's you're in C position down here. But second measure, look out, because you're here, and then you have to come up to the B. You got to go from here to here. Oh, no problem, right? Yeah, right. Because there's no rest or nothing. So you got to go right there. You got to go here to here. Now, how do you do that? Well, I'm glad you asked. I'll tell you. You got to know where you're at, which fingers are involved. Sometimes it's more than one finger. You got to know where you need to go and which finger or fingers are involved. In this case, it's the B with third finger. So I'm here. I want to go here. Practice the move. Doesn't hurt to go both directions. You may need to go there someday. It will come in time. So all you're going to do is cut the C a little short to give you time to get up to the B. It works because you're between phrases. You see the slurs and the phrases? Well, this, in the second measure, the first two notes are slurred. It's not a phrase, it's a slur. But then that's melody, and that's a phrase. So you're going to separate the slur and the phrase. It's like separating two phrases. So it's, and it works out that way. So you have a little time because of that to move up there. You just have to practice it. Then, in the second line, because you're in this position now. In the second line, they want second finger on the B. Well, that moves you down one, so now you're here. And you're going to stay there until the last measure, in which case you got to come down to third finger on the E again. See, this is not a problem here because you have a quarter rest to make the move. So, you know, hopefully you can do that with a quarter rest. Just practice that. I mean, you got to coordinate the hands together. So you're up here, right hand's here. As the right hand plays the E, you move down. You don't have to take the whole beat to move down. Just take part of the beat to move down. Sometime during that beat, just move down. It doesn't need to be a jerky motion or a fast motion. Stay relaxed, just move down. And it will come in time. You have to practice those moves with the hands together. Do it with the hands separate first, and then practice it with the hands together. Because you can't hesitate. The beat has to stay steady, so you can't stop the beat to do that. No, don't do that. Keep the beat going. Then in the third line, it's the same as the first line, and the fourth line is similar to the second line, sort of. But you play it through, and I think you'll understand it. That you're making the same kind of move, except the right hand, instead of playing an E while you make the move, now it's playing 2 eighth notes while you make the move in the left hand. Which way you going? I don't know. Those are the notes. And the rhythm hopefully is not a problem. It's in 3/4 time. It's no big deal. It does have that pickup note. But I want to talk about at the top. In the right hand, right under the staff, at the top, they have an F. That means forte. It means loud. It means the top staff, the notes there, you're going to play loud. Then in the bottom staff, underneath that, they have an MP, which means mezzo piano or medium soft. So they're telling you to play the the bottom staff notes medium soft until you get to the part where the left hand gets the melody. The eighth notes in the left hand on the first line, that's melody. So now that's loud. Problem is they don't tell you about the right hand because you're loud there. They didn't tell you to come down. I disagree with that. They should, if they're going to point all this out like this, they should tell you that when the left hand gets the melody, the right hand should be in P. It gets confusing, and that's one of the problems with what they're doing here. Schaum, I don't know. It's simpler to me to simply say the dynamic provided goes to the melody. So that first F at the beginning, that's melody. Everything else is under it. Now, how under it, you decide. They're saying MP, that's fine. That works. Because an MF is not really very much under it. You want to get softer than that, probably. So MP's the next one, that's fine. So it's here. So the melody is loud. And that way it doesn't matter which hand gets the melody. That's loud, and the other hand is MP, period. You don't need all these other things. So it's here. You get the idea? The melody is loud, everything else is soft. I don't expect you to play this that fast. But eventually, once you get it learned, it wouldn't hurt you to see if you can play it that fast. Now, at the top, they have a box that says con anima means dash, 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 dash. And they send there's a dictionary on 48. I'm too lazy to look at the dictionary, but you need to know what this means. You're going to run across it. So, spoiler alert, I'm about to tell you. So, look it up real quick and know what it means, because or pause the video and go look it up, because it means cone means with, anima means animation. So you put them together, with animation. They're not giving you a tempo, they're just telling you with animation, whatever that means. what do you think animation means? It's not going to be a bedtime story type thing. It's you're going to move. This is going to be a fun thing. I've already demonstrated. I'm not going to do it again. I'm too lazy to have to do these things twice. Then underneath the bottom staff at the beginning, they have the word echo. Echoes are used a lot in music. They don't label them echo. It's an effect. They're just, you know what an echo is, I hope. The idea is you're sort of repeating what was there, but softer. So it's here. So I'm repeating that here. Softer. And this goes down. That's the echo. Now I think it would be more effective as an echo if they wouldn't play the echo until after you play the second note. To me, that sounds more like an echo. But okay, we'll go with this. This is fine. I'm not going to change nothing. It's okay. Now again, for a little bit on technique, when you're separating phrases, you lift up and back down. You can't see it very well from above, but it's a hit. So make sure you do that each time. It's just a little move, but it's an important move, so be sure and do it. And that's pretty much all I had to say about play ball. Let's try this out together very slowly so you can check your notes and the rhythms. And then you can do the dynamics and all that on your own. You can do that Conan Anima on your own too. So go ahead and put your hands where they go. I already talked about that. To start, they're going to move around. I'll give us 2 counts and we'll begin. Ready, go.